Hi guys, so we're here at Lumine, we're in the bunker. We've got Craig Fricker who's going to give us a couple of quick tips to help us with our downhill lies in the bunker.
Thanks Andy, so here we are, the dreaded downhill bunker shot. I think the first thing that's really important to understand is the effect that the lie is going to have on the ball and the ball flight.
Yep.
Now when we're hitting on these downhill lies, the ball's going to come out a lot lower than it would normally. The spin might be the same, but the ball's going to launch a lot lower, resulting in a much flatter land angle. That means when the ball hits the green, it's going to release out a lot more than it would do. So if you're faced with this situation, you've got a tight pin, the first thing I would say is be realistic. The ball's going to probably move away from you and release past the pin more so than it normally would.
Yep.
What I would say though is you're much better having a putt if it's 10, 15 feet, 20 feet than you are having another shot in the bunker. So getting it out really in this situation is the main priority.
Yeah, definitely.
If I go through a couple of quick tips, what I like to see when we're hitting this shot, the first thing I really feel is important is that we match the angle of the slope with our body. So that means the knees, the hips and the shoulders match the angle of the ground. In this instance, the left shoulder is going to be a lot lower than it normally would. When we create the same levels in our body as the ground, essentially what we're doing is we're creating the same strike pattern and the same depth of strike as we would on a normal flat lie. Another important thing is to understand the follow through on this shot. Often when we're on a downslope, like I said, because the ball's not going to launch as high, we often attempt to try and get the ball up in the air. Now when we're hitting the highest shot, normally we'd see the club head really release past the hands, the head finish high, the butt of the club finish low. However, on a downslope, that's not really going to work. When we do this sort of conventional finish for the high shot, we're actually pulling the club out of the ground. I mean, the angle of attack is very shallow. Now, when we're hitting on a downslope, a shallow angle attack doesn't really match up with the slope at all very well. So the way I like to describe it is I like to describe keeping the loft on low. So in my finish here, I've still got the loft on, but the loft's on down low, still matching the slope. The follow through's not come up into that normal high conventional finish. The final thing that I really want you to be aware of, often when we're faced with this shot, is sometimes we've got the back lip in our way. Often this means the backswing becomes compromised and we can hit the club into the back lip. So it's very important that we grip down slightly in that instance and we create a much shorter arc on the backswing. That way we avoid making contact with the lip. So I'll have a go and try and play the shot.
Let's see how you get on.
So here we are, I've got my levels to match the slope nicely. My left shoulder's down. I've gripped slightly down on the club because I'm near the back lip, so I'm going to create that shorter arc that we've just spoke about. And then the final key thought is swinging down the slope, keeping the loft on low. Here we go.
That's come out pretty nicely for you.
Yeah, perfect. Obviously the pin was in my favour there, that it was slightly further on. But you could see the ball came out reasonable height, lower than obviously normal, and released up to the green to the pin side.